I just wanted to see if Mildred needed water. If that makes me a true villain, then I hope I don't see you thirsty and needing water.
Double down.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Wait! No water for him.
It ain't over till the accusatory thirst trap videos say it's over. Whether they're dancing half naked on the TikTok or rickrolling us, Ray.
I never wanted to make this video, but here it is. We broke up because...
It's time to go over all the juicy social media activity from our stars of the Ultimatum Queer Love.
Many of you have been asking if we're still together.
Y'all are giving me shit for not remembering, but this was 2 years ago.
And, of course, we are starting with Natasha!
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
I am single.
And
With her hand-holding clinics and master of the bun style hotness, Natasha has become a bona fide internet star. Yes, she too now makes TikToks lying in bed. Natasha has also been getting paid. Get that money, girl.
So happy to announce that I'm gonna be in New York City at HK Hall.
So I'm starting to offer some private relationship and life coaching.
She has started a monetized support group. This support group completely intrigued me, so I looked into it a little further. It's called Let's Hold Hands. She didn't want to call it Hoes Be Thirsty for Natasha. It is $50 for a 1-hour web conference. And in the description, it says, although Natasha is not a licensed professional therapist, she has gained valuable insights and experiences through her own personal journey and growth. I think what this really means is, although Natasha is not a licensed therapist, she was recently on a reality TV show. After the show aired, Natasha became much more active on TikTok. She immediately dropped this TikTok she filmed from a pool.
Hey everybody, it's me coming at you from Portugal. I just wanted to say that I'm receiving a bunch of messages.
Much like Wendy Peppercorn, I think she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she does. She knows exactly what she's doing.
I can't take this no more! Move! Turns out, Natasha is actually even hotter than was portrayed on the TV show. Not only is she a fabulous dancer, her TikTok before the show's fame was dedicated entirely to her cute, adorable abuela.
Abuela, hay mucha gente que dice que te...
And have I mentioned this can dance? Our girl is also on Cameo, and I could not resist.
Hey Amanda, it's Natasha.
So I asked Natasha why she was so determined to hook Sam and Tiff up, and this is what she said.
It seems on camera like I was like super determined to hook Tiff and Sam up, but we filmed for 8 hours, right?
8 hours. You know they met Natasha and they were like, oh, we are squeezing every drop out of this.
Deep down, I knew what the relationship between Tiff and Mildred was. And I really, really wanted Tiff to go outside of their comfort zone to try to give themselves the opportunity to be 100% like in the experience. And secretly, I was like trying to push them out of the situation they were in. I would go on another reality show, but I would not be able to go on a reality show with a partner. But I am single, so maybe that will be a possibility. We will see. I am aware that thousands of women think that about me, and I'm like super in shock still. Of course, some people are gonna say nasty things and negative things. We're all wondering what it's like to date you. To date me, I feel like is to also date my family. I'm around my family so much. I really need somebody and want somebody who's very family oriented.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Ciao from Madrid. Bye.
Okay, enough fluff. It's time to get into the drama. And believe me, there's a lot. To make understanding the drama easier, I have taken the liberty of charting the alliances. And I've charted these alliances via the Lexi-Vanessa war, and I call it a war because it's very much still ongoing. More about that later. First, we have to chart out who is Team Lexi and who is Team Vanessa. Now, obviously, we're gonna put Mal on Team Lexi.
Best friends, family, that's my girl.
She's somebody that I know will be in my life forever in whatever regard that's in, whether it ever becomes more, less, friendship.
Lexi is still so horny for Mal. She's like, whether we're just like sisters or whether she's sucking on my big old tits one day. Lexi made sure we all knew how close to Yoli she was.
There weren't a lot of moments with Yoli and I, but every time we were on together, I was like, this bitch. I'm like, I love you. Oh, man.
Yoli's like, you're right. So I think it's safe to say Yoli goes over here too. Mildred, by proxy to Yoli, has to go over here as well. Now Ray, unfortunately, has a cooked noodle for a spine, so I have been waiting for Ray to come out and defend Vanessa, but I just haven't seen it. The Ray I saw on my TV screen, like, I don't know, like, she could be still texting Lexi apologies for the Vanessa hookup. Who knows? I'm just gonna put Ray just on her own, floating around on Team Nobody. Now, Tiff has revealed on Fweebs, their podcast, that besides himself, there would only be one person who might be invited to Sam and Aussie's wedding. Tiff has said that person would be Vanessa. Seeing as she's getting an invite to their wedding, I'm confident in putting Sam and Aussie on Team Vanessa. Tiff has been very diplomatic with the Lexi Vanessa stuff.
Vanessa don't want to hurt nobody. Lexi seems super happy.
So she does, 100% happy.
But I know Lexi, and Lexi will not stand for somebody not choosing her side. Plus, to me, Tiff has been one of the few cast members to publicly support Vanessa, so I just have to put Tiff on Team Vanessa. Now, some people might think we would automatically put Xander, Vanessa's ex, on Team Lexi. Others might have watched the reunion and thought, oh, they're obviously cool with each other. Xander has come out and talked about this part in the reunion. Shortly after the finale, Netflix released a Clear the Air video, and along with it, little interview blurbs with each cast member. It is in this interview that Xander refers to that touching moment from the reunion. We didn't talk all year, and then she reached out to me 2 weeks before the reunion, Xander recalls. After the reunion, it was just like, poof, she was gone. It felt like her intentions, again, were not in the right place. Well, Vanessa and Xander have like somewhat switched places when it comes to the way they're viewed in the fandom. I mean, Vanessa has really done a 180. I remember just a few weeks ago, I'm in Whiskey Girl in Chicago, and every time she comes on the screen, the whole bar boos her. Now, I'm running into straight dudes at weddings, and they're like, justice for Vanessa. I mean, like, okay, that didn't literally, I did run into a straight man who was a fan of the show. He didn't say justice for Vanessa, but he was a Vanessa fan. So long story short, Xander can definitely go over here on Team Lexi. And here is our final breakdown with Ray floating in between like Wilson the beach ball lost at sea. Now, besides podcasts and interviews, the major place we are seeing the cast is on TikTok.
For the quality of their life, I need them to have a tongue.
Let's see this. It's Ruby Rose.
For those of you who weren't at the reunion, so I'm speaking to all but 9 of you, you don't know what was fully said. Y'all are giving me shit for not remembering, but this was 2 years ago. Like, memory loss is a thing. I'm sure a lot of us blacked a lot of things out. I just wanted to see a Mildred need water. If that makes me a true villain, then I hope I don't see you thirsty and needing water.
Double down. I know exactly what I am doing here.
I'm right, you're wrong. Wait! No water for him.
For me, of all the cast members who are active on social media, Lexi is not only the most popular in terms of sheer numbers, Lexi is also the most different from who she presented to us on the show. And I want to qualify this opinion for the Lexi stans, which apparently includes Rosie O'Donnell. Yes, for those of you unaware, Rosie is a Lexi stan, just like all up in her comments complimenting her hair and stuff. Anyways, I want to qualify this opinion for Rosie and the rest of the Lexi stans who will inevitably write into the comments on the sheer energy of their candy bracelets and insist she's just acting like a normal 20-something. And I am like, yes, this is normal behavior for a 20-something. It is not, however, remotely close to the person I saw on my television screen. Like, I don't see a shred of the person I watched on The Ultimatum in her social media. On the show, it's, I'm the most put together, knows what she wants, ready for marriage 24-year-old on the block. After the show, it's like, OMG, I just went to a JoJo Siwa concert. We're gonna have a sleepover. Wanna come meet my new girlfriend? Of course, Lexi didn't shirk all of her ultimatum habits. Like, she still can't let go of her obsession with Vanessa.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Can I talk my again? How bad could I possibly be?
Lexi did respond to a fan who told her she was giving Vanessa too much energy.
That may be true in the context of what you guys see in the 45-minute episodes, but just a quick reminder that there is like 30,000 hours of footage.
That may be true, but did Netflix force you to make 30,000 TikToks about her? Vanessa isn't the only thing Lexi's been focused on in the postseason. She has dedicated a lot of energy to introducing the fan base to her new girlfriend, Zank.
Or me and Zank going on season 2 of The Ultimatum. No. And the reason why I say that is because I know I'm being chosen here, guys. Like, I truly believe that if I and when I get down on one knee, that I have no concerns as to whether or not I'm going to be chosen.
From what I know, Zank is a photographer. I'm just going to continue being a judgmental about Lexi. These two are fun. They're entertaining, but like, when you have a couple very publicly declaring how awesome they are, sometimes those are the couples that actually aren't doing so awesome. And like, you know, like they're obviously they want to be this like hot influencer couple, and they are. Their like numbers are huge. They're growing. If that was their goal, to like make money and be hot and famous, they're killing it at that. The other cast member making some waves on TikTok is, unfortunately, Mildred.
Well, I came on here to talk to you guys about, you know, just anything, whatever.
Like, whatever, nothing. It's like nothing specific. Just a little chat, just a little, you know, whatever. I don't even remember what even happened. Oh, right. Oh, is there something serious we need to talk about? I do want to give a trigger warning. I'm about to talk about some serious subjects, including abuse, physical violence, domestic violence. In a series with the first video titled Mildred Speaks, yes, I'm serious, she tells us she's been having trouble owning her voice and speaking her truth.
I've been having a lot of trouble with owning my own voice and speaking my truth.
What?
So domestic, you guys.
So I'm trying really hard not to make a joke about this because it's a very serious subject. But Mildred, like, does not understand. She thinks we all want to see these after-school style special TikToks from the perpetrator of the domestic violence. Nobody wants to see that. The only possible acceptable form of social media is her coming on, saying, I'm sorry, I take responsibility, and then turning around and leaving. Instead, she is on here telling us how people are thanking her for being courageous.
I've been getting a lot of message about how I was very courageous enough to go on national television and tell everybody my story about domestic arrest.
I have no doubt Yoli is in her DMs every day, thanking her for the courageous act of going on national television and admitting she physically abused Tiff. Here is a quote from Yoli in People magazine. It felt like a lot of Tiff trying to prove points that nobody was wondering about, and it just felt lame. People magazine states in the article, Yoli appears to be on Mildred's side. So, like, she's not wrong when she says people are thanking her. I'm sure there are some delusional people thanking her. Tiff actually responded to Yoli's People magazine quotes on TikTok.
But I will stand up for myself. So first of all, I didn't even have barely a chance to speak. I also think you got me mixed up with your homegirl. Mean girl mentality, it's disgusting.
Of course, the person whose side we really need to hear is Tiff. In a very honest and raw video titled My Side of the Story, Tiff finally gets to speak without Mildred constantly interrupting and speaking over the top of them. And one of the things this video does, it kind of helps complete the picture for me of why people sometimes stay in these kind of relationships. There are a couple of main points I took away from the video. First off, Netflix did know ahead of time about the domestic violence charge. When I put out my recap, I spent a lot longer ranting about Netflix than I left in the video. I ended up editing my rants at Netflix, a lot of them out, because I wasn't sure at the time whether Netflix was given a heads up. I was like, maybe nobody said anything to Netflix about, the arrest or the domestic violence, and this was just completely caught them off guard. Well, now we know they knew. They knew.
Before the reunion, I was transparent with production and reached out to them to let them know of the DV case. I gave them a copy of the police report, and they had this in their hands as the reunion was going on.
Turns out Netflix cared even less than I thought they did. The other thing of note from Tiff's My Side video is that Tiff didn't leave after the DV arrest.
I did not leave the relationship because of the arrest. I left the relationship after being physically abused again and again, but this time in front of her son.
I have the video linked in the description. Everybody should watch it if you haven't already. There is one more big bombshell that got dropped after the reunion aired, and that is the accusation that before going on to the show, Mal cheated on Yoli. Of course, this got started where all breaking news is born these days, TikTok.
It was obvious that Mal had cheated on Yoli. How my friend described it as Mal was in the doghouse, that's why they were okay with Yoli being in love with somebody else.
Now, the watch party being referred to is probably the same watch party I attended at Whiskey Girl in Chicago. Oh, I really wish I would have stayed for the whole thing. The truth is, I could only stay for a couple of hours because I had to go home and keep editing my recap. The Queer Ultimatum subreddit did their thing and found this supposed old tweet from Mal where Mal supposedly is confessing to cheating. I could not find this tweet on Mal's timeline, and I know how easy it is to Photoshop a tweet. I also know how easy it is to just go on Twitter and pretend to be anybody now. So take this with a grain of salt. That being said, I can at least confirm Yoli has accused Mal of cheating on her.
Yes, she did cheat on me when we first moved to Seattle.
As Yasa pointed out, the cheating does fit with what we watched on the show. It never, ever for a second made sense to me the way Mal continued to stay with Yoli, even though Yoli was admitting to falling in love with Xander. But if I cheated on somebody I loved, and then we went on a reality television show, and then I watched them fall in love with somebody else, I too... I still would be like, you, I'm not marrying you. You in love with somebody else. A couple other quick things I noted. Sam and Aussie came back onto social media.
We're back.
I wonder if they just couldn't resist. Sam is actually a certified tarot healer, so for her it kind of makes sense to come back online and sort of get what she can out of this fame, which, thank God, otherwise we never would have learned Sam and Aussie's ship name.
Saucy is my name and Sam's name. Aussie and Sam, Saucy.
Saucy. That's pretty cute. Vanessa, the Insta poet herself, took to Instagram to acknowledge that she hasn't posted quite as much. I haven't posted about this show very much because it was one of the lowest points in my life, and it's been very difficult to relive years later. I stand by my observation from my finale recap that Vanessa has grown a lot. She's not out here countering Lexi's TikToks. I just worry that she got so much backlash in the beginning and that it has maybe tanked her self-esteem. For me, I'm like, girl, you went on to a messy lesbian dating show and you did your job. You were messy, you were entertaining. I appreciate the out of you for that.
Vanessa don't want to hurt nobody.
Okay, let me know in the comments what I missed. I will be putting some TikToks and some shorts out about the show. Also, I will be doing a 6-month or a year social media update, a where are they now. So if you aren't already, make sure you are subscribed. Shout out to the patrons. Shout out to Lori, who is supporting me at the topmost level. Thank you so much. I am just so thankful for your support.
Trying to give a voice to all the queers.
There's so much drama on this show. Ultimatum. Ultimatum.